A family of 11 people, one man, three women, and seven children, in a civilian vehicle were struck by an Israeli tank shell. A shell is like a big bullet for a tank. That's what a tank's bullet is called, right? Struck by a tank shell, all of them killed in Gaza, reported in the last 24 hours. What was their crime? Driving, likely accidentally, over the yellow line, beyond which Israel remains the occupier in Gaza. There isn't an actual line there, mind you. This happened in East Gaza City. The yellow line goes through the edge of that region. There's no demarcation across the entire line. No warning though. No warning by the IDF, because they might have thought, oh, civilians, they're going past a line that doesn't actually exist in the real world. We've just got it on a map here, and I think I've decided they've gone past it. Do you want to light them up? Let's light them up. No warning shots, no vehicle with a loudspeaker, no driving up to the civilian vehicle, no taking out the tires of the civilian vehicle. Just smack a tank shell into them, bruv. Is a fish in a barrel. Gaza has no fish, but, fish in a barrel. The OCHA, the UN Agency for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs in Gaza, they said they retrieved 9 of the bodies. So if there's any of you who follow the Israeli Hasbara, the Israeli propaganda, this is the United Nations saying they struck this family of 11, wiped them all out. 9 of the bodies we even have to verify. 2 of the bodies of the children we still don't have. They're still missing. Or they couldn't be found because their human remains were, I quote the UN agency, quote, scattered due to the intensity of the bombardment. Yes, a tank shell against fleshy civilians or anyone, really. Yeah, that's what tank shells will do. If you play video games, It'll just turn you into a red mist. That's the news from the last 24 hours. It was followed up by Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz, very creative name, who said Israeli troops will be, quote, strictly enforcing the demarcation line in Gaza, to which they withdrew as part of the ceasefire deal in order to prevent anyone from approaching or crossing it. So strictly enforcing, I don't know what he means by that. Possibly he means that any excuse to fire at civilians will absolutely be grabbed onto, like a thirsty man dying for water, right? Oh my God, a chance to take out civilians. Oh, I've been waiting for, it doesn't matter if we can see kids, women, just take them out. Just take them out if they cross the line. They crossed it. We don't make the rules. We don't make up the lines. Now, how does the IDF know where the line is at all if it's not a physical line? And let's say, fine, they're military, right? They know. They can see maps. They can calculate whatever. But then, do you trust the IDF? Is there a international organization that's observing this line? Or is it just, we'll trust the IDF? Trust me, bro. And no warning for civilians? Apparently not. That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's the news. Go to sleep or go on with your day. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. For those who are sticking around, here's the brief analysis if you're interested. 8 days ago now, the ceasefire came into effect in Gaza, the besieged Palestinian territory. Since then, Israel has allowed in some aid. They've allowed their troops to take out some Palestinian civilians on the other side. So, strengths and weaknesses. Now, is that, taking out civilians in Gaza after a ceasefire, isn't that a violation of the ceasefire, Mahfouz? Yes, but it's not notable enough, it would seem, for outcry from the guarantors of the ceasefire. Outcry and action, not taken yet, as far as I know. Now, just today, Israel closed Rafah crossing again, according to some sources, because Israel wants the remains of their dead hostages back. Palestinian forces in Gaza say they are looking for those remains. An external group has even been allowed into Gaza to use Israeli intelligence to try and track down the body of the hostages. So much effort for dead people. Whereas the people who are living now, let's withhold aid. You have to understand, by the way, bombing for 2 years the entire territory, flattening it, leave it looking like Dresden or London after the Great Fire, or Hiroshima or Nagasaki, living in that state, will leave you in a position where finding the human remains of 20 bodies amongst the 60,000 bodies of the slain natives, more than that, that's not an easy task. But But that's by design, you see. Israel, you see, has its objectives. We're looking analytically here, right? I want you to understand. They want to keep the pressure on Gaza. And one of the ways they can do so is by saying, no hostages, bodies, no aid. You know, the rules are rules, deals are deals. They're restricting aid to the living and using their own dead citizens as the excuse. It's hard to look at that tactic as anything but disgusting, to be honest. But it's a tactic. I'm reporting it to you. And the descriptor, disgusting, that's my opinion. I'll admit. I let my opinion join the analysis on that one. That word is definitely subjective. But then I've been covering Israeli action for over a year now and have been watching what they do for the last 15 years. I've developed a strong stomach for it. So maybe, yes, I should withhold words like disgusting, atrocious, evil, vile, all kinds of words that come to mind. Satanic, horrendous, horrific, hellish, spiritual successors to 1930s Germany and Mustache Man. Maybe I should keep those to the side because those are opinion by and large. Now, back to the topic. Why would Israel do this? Why would they put so much pressure on Gaza even after the ceasefire? Simple. They didn't win the war. Their adversaries are still present in Gaza, right? Palestinian resistance groups. That's a failed war goal. Netanyahu was saying, we're going to take them out. We're going to make sure they're completely gone. They're left only in Gaza City. We took them out. Now they're left only in Khan Yunis. We took them out. Now they were only left in Rafah. Do you remember All Eyes on Rafah? Then they took them out in Rafah. Then they popped up behind them in Khan Yunis again. They're like, what the flip is going on here? Well, I didn't know they have access to teleporting machines. I thought, we got the border. We don't even let flour in. How did they do this? So the Israeli war goal to get rid of Palestinian resistance in Gaza failed. Arguably stronger are the resistance forces in terms of their cause and the support they get from their locals. The broader Palestinian question also is on the minds of citizens and governments across the globe in a way it never was throughout the entire history of Israel-Palestine. Never has it been at this stage. Never. Israel has paid dearly, diplomatically, economically to some extent for these last 2 years. And, the diplomatic isolation, the pariah state status, economic ties being cut, right? Military equipment ties, even from European countries. There's a lot of push, even in the UK, for example. Every 5 minutes, someone's complaining to Parliament, oh, do we still sell F-35 parts to Israel? Owen Jones is out here interviewing every which way he can at the Labour conference, getting himself kicked out. It's mad here in the UK. It's mad in Italy. It's mad in Spain. It's mad in the Nordic countries. It was mad in Netherlands, Belgium, France, Germany. It's mad everywhere. It's mad in America. Right? Arguably, Trump got into power because they didn't want to get re-elected Genocide Joe, as they called him. That was a moniker. That was a name, a label they gave him. So, if Israel was trying to pull back support for the Palestinian cause, they did the complete opposite. And what do they have to show for it all? A handful of returned hostages, some as bodies rather than people, and a resistance force that are, yes, hungry because you've restricted aid to them and their families and the civilians, but still very numerous and very capable, it seems, analytically speaking, for better or worse. It was a failed gambit, analytically speaking, for Israel, this war. And so to keep their enemies unstable, to keep the pressure on every way they can get away with it, even as they have agreed to this shaky ceasefire, Israel will deploy every excuse, every twisted framing to ensure they can keep punishing the civilians and, by connection, the resistance forces. Resistance forces in Gaza. Sorry, I pronounced that quite poorly. After all, militarily, the Israeli state could not fight their enemies head-on and win, so they resorted to targeting women and kids. And why stop now? What, the ceasefire? Shucks, that's more of a suggestion. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the ceasefire, fam. We're gonna, we'll twist it. We'll find ways. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got ways. Like Azula going for Katara, who can't redirect lightning because Azula knows that Zuko, if I fire on him, he might redirect it back at me. So I'm gonna target the vulnerable Katara, who's just a waterbender. I don't know what she's gonna do. Anyway, that was a Last Airbender reference. Anyway, back to the summary. To summarize, Israel continues to pressure Gaza through its civilians. The IDF seem to have no operational orders from higher up to spare civilian life, to warn instead of initially just dishing out lethal harm. They've It seems from their actions, they've just been given instructions to fire as soon as anyone crosses that imaginary invisible line that is not clearly marked in places. Civilians, don't worry, just take them out. There's no civilians here, bruv. They'll grow up to, become. Anyway, aid is getting in, but the UN and other aid organizations demand more aid be let in because it's simply not enough. That's the United Nations saying. It's simply not enough for the Palestinians in Gaza. They have no homes, they have no water, they have no food, they have no cooking oil, they have no heating, they have no equipment, they have no bulldozers even to clear the rubble of the broken remains of their homes. They don't have enough. If I've listed anything that, yes, actually, technically, Mahfouz, they do have a certain amount of bulldozers. No, I get it. They don't have enough. Okay, before you sort of bite my head off for that. Anyway, many continue to wait for something more in the Palestinian territories and outside across the globe. They want something beyond a ceasefire. Citizen sentiment has shifted notably in countries across the globe, including in the Western powers. And the question is, how can lasting peace be achieved? How can the Palestinians be given their right to safety and security, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, something everyone wants? These questions remain largely unanswered. But I'll keep you posted with the news and the analysis as it comes in, unbiased and without the Western spin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mahfouz, or Muffles, or NewsBaba, and I'll see you on the next one. If you, by the way, a final point, if you want to support the work I'm trying to do here, the research, the news relay, the analysis based on the evidence available to me, or publicly available evidence, I should say, because I don't use private sources in reporting that can't be gone off and verified. If you want to support my work, you can like my videos. You can, if you have a bit more time, bookmark them. Actually, it's the same as liking. If you have a bit more time, drop a supportive comment, a question, a detailed paragraph describing your thoughts or, your support for me. If you have a bit more time, you can make sure you can commit to watching the whole video. That's asking a lot. I know my videos are long, but I think for free, if you're looking for a way to support me, then, I am obliged to give you that option. So the option is watch my video start to finish, because wherever I'm posting this video, the more you watch it, the algorithm, the secret source machinery, AI that's now sitting behind all these social media platforms, it sees, wow, this fat video got people watching start to finish. What the flip is this man talking about? How did he get TikTokers to watch a 10-minute, flipping a 12-minute, 15-minute video? What are these guys on? Is he hypnotizing them? Must push this video out to more people. It must be good in some way. I don't know what they see in this weird, South Asian with a questionable accent sitting in London. Is he South African? Is he Indian? Is he British? Is he Cockney? What is he? His accent keeps moving about. Sometimes he's Trump. What's going on? Sometimes he's Vlad. The lad from Russia. If you watch the whole video, it helps boost my content. And it helps in terms of the monetization, which would help me justify allocating more time and effort into making these videos for you, potentially hiring other people to help me with the editing, with the research. I know there's no editing. With the animation budget, I know it's $0, but that might change, right? It's changing. Things are changing. I'm trying my best. I'm not trying my best. I could be trying harder. I'll admit. I spend time with family. I play video games sometimes. I watch TV series or movies sometimes. So I could be trying harder, but I am trying. It's been a long time that I'm making these videos. I keep trying. And if you have your phone and you have an internet connection and you're not somewhere like in I know some African countries especially, you have to buy data. I appreciate that. Then scroll away. But if you have the time and the data to watch my videos, press play. You want to support my work. You've got no other use for your phone at the moment. Or we always have a use for our phone, I suppose. So if you've got no urgent use, play my video, put your phone down somewhere, let the video play. that is a way you're just passively helping me. You'll be surprised how impactful that is for how many views my videos can get. So do help me in whatever way you can, or reach out to me if you want to help in some other way. I also have a Patreon if you want to financially aid me that way. Link in the bio probably, or description. I'll see you on the next one, guys.